Well, hey, you guys. So what if I told you it only takes me 5 minutes to budget every month? Now, that might sound too good to be true, but actually it is true. Now, obviously, a few other things have to be true as well. I still look at my every dollar budget every single day. And yes, I make changes to my budget throughout the month. Yes, Winston, my husband, and I, we are on the same page when it comes to our spending. We're checking in a lot. But also, it does only take about 5 minutes. Now, we've been doing it for about 15 years since we've been married. But again, the idea is that when you create a habit, something even like budgeting, it just becomes a part of your rhythm and you get better at it. So I know some of you guys are in the trenches right now when it comes to budgeting. Like you're like, oh my God, this is so hard. And maybe you've been working towards a really big financial goal for a while, or maybe you're stuck on a certain baby step. But whatever it looks like for you, it's always helpful to reevaluate your process every now and then. So today I want to share 3 ways you can simplify your budget. So first, let me explain where this all started for me. I saw my friend Dawn, who is Minimum Mom. You guys may know her channel or listen to her. But she was giving her take on a recent home organization trend called house hushing, which is very interesting. And this was kind of really founded by The Nester, who I've had on the show as well, which is so great. But if you're not familiar with this, house hushing is where you take everything out of a room in your house, except for just like the large furniture and rugs, curtains, that kind of thing. But you take everything out. And the idea is you start with a clean slate, only to bring back in items that truly spark joy, if you know what I mean, and that you only are really going to use regularly in that space. And sometimes the clutter in your house can just feel like noise in a way. Like it's just so noisy when you walk in. So that's where the hushing comes in. It's kind of like we're cleaning it. And it's just a quiet room now with less clutter. So I thought, well, that could be really true with your budget too. I mean, like your living room or your kitchen, your budget is something that you're used to seeing every single day. And so it's easy to become blind a little bit to the chaos or the clutter of your budget. So here's how I recommend doing a little budget hushing if you're due for a financial reset. Step 1, eliminate every category of your budget except for your 4 walls. So 4 walls are food, shelter, utilities, transportation. So again, these things could include that you take out like subscriptions. And look, we are all human and sometimes we forget about subscription fees until they finally start adding up and you're like, oh my gosh. And so it may be worth it to wipe the slate clean and then figure out, hey, which ones do we actually use? Also, cable. I know this for the Cruzes. We pay you guys like $200 a month. And listen, and I need to do this. I've been saying this for like a year now. We need to cut it. We don't use it. Like we don't use it. And I don't know why I have this like need to be like, oh my gosh, but the Real Housewives like are on my DVR. And I know I can watch some other places, but there's just something about when you're in the rhythm and this is what you know, it's hard to change. And for me, it's cable, which I know is so stupid. But I'm like, if I just cut it out of the budget and out of my life, I'm probably not going to miss it, but I need to do that. So I'm saying that for me. Also, things like the YMCA or any other activity-related memberships. So Caroline, our middle, she plays soccer 3 months out of the year. And Winston used to go work out at the Y, but now we like kind of put some stuff in our garage. So that's where we work out. So we don't use that membership for the 9 other months. And guess what? We get charged because we don't cancel it after soccer season. So again, that's a little bit of that clutter that's in there. Also, Amazon spending. So this continues to be one of these places that, man, you can just spend so much. And the majority of what I buy on Amazon, I probably could technically live without. And so there's a little bit of that cleansing that could go on of like taking away the instant gratification purchases. And if you actually needed something, actually going to the store to buy it. And again, it's just to help reevaluate what's going on. All right, step 2 is adjust your savings category and see how much progress that you can make while you're budget hushing. So with all the clutter and the noise gone from your monthly expenses, you may have some extra cash to throw towards savings or investing for a bit. And once you start making progress in these bigger, more important financial areas, you suddenly stop missing all those random subscriptions that you never really use. So again, there's something powerful about seeing that extra margin. And for those of you that may have debt, maybe you throw it towards that. But there's something about seeing your savings pile up a little bit that just kind of gets you motivated. All right, step 3, do all of this on paper. So what I mean by that is you visually want to see your numbers out in front of you. So don't try to keep all your those details in your head. Because again, you're not going to budget well when you do that. And mapping out everything is such a game changer. And if you need a way to do this easily, you don't have to go back and actually use paper like we did back in the day. You can actually just use a great app. And EveryDollar is my favorite budgeting app out there. It really is. It simplifies everything. You can actually have it attached to your bank account. And so all of your transactions come in. You drag and drop them, keep up with your budget in the present, and it is fantastic. So you can go to everydollar.com/Rachel, create your first budget for free, and do that, you guys, because this is so huge. So once you reach this stage, take as long as you need. I recommend about a month, and then slowly start incorporating your high priority expenses back in. And the beauty of this budget hushing is that it's going to be unique to your situation, and you have the power to eliminate whatever spending you want. You can add things back in. It is up to you. Your budget is never meant just to be fixed, permanent, hard and fast. It is going to be evolving month to month, even throughout the month itself. And again, this all comes back to intentionality and simplicity, you guys. So listen, if you want to hear from me and Dawn chat about other ways to simplify your life and your home, be sure to check out our episode on the top 10 money wasters in our houses. And that is with Minimum Mom. All right, you guys, remember to take control of your money and create a life you love.